Hello guys and girls and welcome back. It's Big John here. The at's at the bottom of the screen if you'd like to listen to my music. Also my SoundCloud link is in the description below. So what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be teaching you how to catch 10 pips a day on a 5-minute chart. Now this is an update to my previous video. I will put a link above. You'll see it now. The reason why I'm doing an update is I feel that this will be able to get traders a lot more better entries when it comes to getting 10 pips. So if you put your stop loss at 10 pips, there'll be less of a chance for you to be able to get stopped out. So let's head over straight to the charts and get it cracking. Okay, so as you can see here, I've got some indicators that I've used from my wave strategy. You'll find a link just above for that as well. What we're going to be doing here is we're going to be using a TDI to help us and assist us with finding pullbacks when it comes to scalping our 10 pips on a 5-minute chart. Let me explain what these boxes are. This is an Asian range box, this is a London range box, this is a New York range box. You will know by now this is Pip Hunter Trend Scout, this is Pip Hunter Momentum Extreme, and I have Pip Hunter on my chart, but I have a few things switched off. And this is a TDI. Okay, so what you can see on the TDI is we have an overbought zone here, we have a oversold zone here, we have a 50 line here, which is a trend divider. We have a bullish zone between here and above here, and we have bearish zone from here, here, and below here as well. So what I'm looking for in the TDI is if it's a bearish move, I'm looking for some sort of move down, pull back through this yellow line here. I want to see it pull back, and then I want it to come back down. And if it's a bullish move, I want it to do that in reverse. I want it to go through here, I want it to go round, I want it to go through the yellow line here, and I want it to go back up. Something similar like that. That's just the general basis of what I'm looking for, but I'll show you what I mean by using my indicators that I have as well. So when we're scalping this move here, what we'll be doing is we're only trading any of the London pairs during London. So I'm only looking at this blue box here. Similar to my old strategy, price is underneath the 1 hour TEMA line, and then the trend scout to kick in, momentum extreme to kick in as well. So that's red for a bearish move. And I want to make sure I've seen my TDI pullback, which I see it's gone out here, it's gone through this yellow line. For this to cross over properly, I don't want it to cross from the bottom up, that's a bullish move. I want my white line to cross from the top down. So here, I've seen that it's gone down, price is going down, I've seen that it's crossed over, and now I can see that there's another crossover here. I'm underneath the 50 trend line here as well, and then I see it's crossed over here, and my entry would have been here. Now my entry would have been here because of these reasons. I'm under the TEMA line, yeah. If I scroll down slowly, you'll see here, this was also red for me. It was red here before and here, but we waited for the candle to close. So this was red for me, this was red for me as well, and I've also had a 2 and a 7 moving crossover here. So this is indicated, plus I'm underneath the 50 trend divider. So that's a perfect trade for me to say, okay, I could have entered in here, and this was 30 pips going down. Okay, and the same thing here for GBP JPY. You'll see something similar to this as well. You see it came in London session, blue box. This is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this to match up this, and I want to cross over, but I want it to pull through this line and cross over. If it doesn't do that, I don't trade it. Yep, same thing, cross over here. I would have been able to get in here and get these pips going down here. This is already 40 pips. If I'm setting a 10 pip stop loss, you see my 10 pips would have been here. GBP AUD, as we can see, we're in a full downtrend. I can also see that this has been in a downtrend for a long period of time as well. Also, I can see I'm in a downtrend on my TDI because I'm even below the red zone. So I could be looking for earlier entries here, knowing that I should be okay because everything is signifying that we're in a full downtrend. So now I go here, I've seen this here, and here is where my entry would have been. Even though I could have waited for this candle to close and could have got in here, yes, I'm just showing you now, I have more than enough evidence to tell me, even if I got in from any of here, that I'm in a full downtrend. Reason why I know, underneath the 1 hour line, price is completely underneath there. I'm in a full downtrend here, I can see. I'm also, my TDI is telling me, hey, you're in a full downtrend because I'm below the red bearish zone. I'm not in between, I'm below the red bearish zone, and then I had a crossover here. This was signifying this is your entry candle. Get in. That was 36 pips. Okay, GBP CAD. Let's go here. I'm looking at it here. So round about here. Here would have been my entry here for GBP CAD. Would have got in there. Would have got these pips here. Now you can see even if you do get in a bit earlier, you know, if you think, okay, let me just try and get in earlier so I've got a safer spot. 10 pips is here. Price is not wicking out like how it should usually do. And this is GBP New Zealand. And this usually is a pair that wicks out a lot. But because you've got a 5-minute entry, it's just that little bit tighter for you. So anyway, once again, underneath the TEMA line, we can see it crossed over here, and I would have been in on this candle here, and that was 30 pips. We can see price is under the line, it's crossed over here, look, it's crossing over. This was a bigger pullback, so it was a bigger move. When it's a big pullback like this, it's showing you there's possibly a bigger move. Here, went just past the 50 line, crossed over, came back down into between bearish territory, and then just right here, so my crossover, I had this here, I could have got in here, even had my start, I could have got in here, but even if I did get in here, still would have made 16 pips. I still could have my 10 pip stop loss. Personally, I would have gotten around about here because I would have seen price was consolidating along here. It wasn't breaking the TEMA line, so that's more than enough indication from when it crossed over here that this is most likely going to end up continuing to go down, as it's already done its pullback here, because it's done the pullback. So I'm at the top of a pullback now. I'm not selling on a lower low, I'm selling on a lower high. Even though these don't appear straight away, these are things that you learn over time with Forex that I can see. I'm at the top, drop down, and we go here. And for my Euro GBP entry, I would have been here. Look, I can see here prices come in, I'm above, I see it's done a pullback here. It's crossed over here. See, it's done a crossover, but it's from the top down. We don't want that. We want a crossover from the bottom up. You can see this white line here, bottom going up. We don't want one from the top down for a bullish move. That's a bearish move. Hence, look at a bearish move. We can see we're above the 50 trend divider on the TDI, which is a good sign. It just bounces off of it, crosses over here. And once again, like I said, we're in a full uptrend here. I can see from this, I can see from this that we're in an uptrend because it wasn't even below the trend divider. It was between there. So I would have just got in just here. Just as soon as that opened up, crossed over, I would have just got in here, got these pips here. There we go. And you can hold it. Once you get 10 pips, put your stop loss there. Now you do want to trade your trade in this box, but most likely there will be a continuation as it will be going into the next session. You saw on the other pairs there was a continuation as well. Okay, moving on to New York pairs. Now, this wasn't a pair we would have traded because it wasn't underneath the TEMA line for the sell, even though it was quite a nice one. It wasn't underneath, so we would have left that. Okay, here, underneath, we're looking for a sell. It has crossed over here, but we wasn't in sync with our trend or anything here. Here again, we didn't have anything indicating on our momentum to tell us that we should take this sell. Here again, we didn't have anything suggesting on our momentum that we should take this sell. You can see from here. You can see from here we had no momentum, even though we had a crossover. And you can see from here we was around the trend divider going into bullish, not fully bearish like how it would be here. Look here previously on the candlesticks. Look when it's even underneath that red line. See, I did not lie. This is how this thing goes, man. I'm telling you. I'll be finding out this information and I'll be bringing it to you guys and girls, you know. Okay. And this is obviously GBP USD. We already got a trader for this in the morning. So when you get a trade off of a pair in the morning, if it is a pair that can be traded through London and New York, just be cautious that you might be at the low of the day or the high of the day as well. Remember that. But you still could have got in another trade here. Look, crossed here. Just tried to break through. Came down here, crossed over. Here was your entry candle and you could have got in here. Now, you don't have to force it. Remember, it's only one trade a day you need. This would have been more than one trade that I've given you here. This would have been 2 trades if you took these trades. This would have been 2 trades if you took GBP USD again, because you took a trade in the morning on this. As you can see from this pair here coming in, that it was mixed between both bullish and bearish. So that was already a sign to say maybe you don't really want it. But we did have other signs kind of there. We had this coming in around here. We had this about here, but we didn't have a pullback through this yellow line. We didn't have it on the TDI, so it didn't indicate that this was going to go through here, pull back and come down, even though we did have this nice bearish move. Once again, this is a pair we would have traded in the morning, so be careful. You don't need to trade it twice. Here again, you can see that, look where it is. It's coming here. You did have a move here. You could have got in on this candle here, or you could have got in on this candle here, and you still would have made 10 pips off of one candle. This is what it is. You're scalping a 5-minute chart, so you shouldn't be in a trade for too long. Some trades you'll be in for 5 minutes, some trades you'll be in for 15, some trades you'll be in for maybe 30 max, but you're in a 5-minute chart, so 15 minutes seems fair. 3 candles is all you should really need in and out. USD CHF, no, we wouldn't have traded this. USD CAD, we would not have traded this. Look at where the TEMA line is. Okay, so that seems to sum it up now, guys and girls. But just to give you a quick brief understanding, there's been an update to Pip Hunter, and now we have 9 time frames in here. So we have from the 5-minute chart all the way down to the monthly chart. So you can play around with these settings, see what works best for you. All the settings for what I have here, I will put in the agent room in the Pip Hunter group. So anybody that wants to know how to use the settings, of course you'd have to be a member of Pip Hunter, because I use this with Pip Hunter. I don't use this alone because it's telling me this trend and momentum at the same time. If you have any comments or questions about the setup, please put them below. I will be putting a picture as well in the end of this video of a clearer version of the 10 pip challenge. Thanks to Lala, I want to give her a shout out from the Pip Hunter Discord group. She's doing really well with her 10 pip challenge as well, and she's taking it serious and being very disciplined. With only taking 10 pips a day, this is all you need. If you're getting 10 pips a day within 30 trades, you can have up to 5k. You do not need to be greedy. That is not even what you're supposed to be doing in Forex, apparently. If you have any suggestions on any future videos that I should do, please put them in the comments below. Give me some ideas. I'll be free to be able to do those things eventually. And that about sums it up. So, peace.